Hello everyone, and welcome to March's Artsnacks unboxing. March happens to be not only Artsnacks' birthday month, but also my birthday month. In this month's box, which I already peeked at beforehand, sorry, we have two Derwent ChromaFlow colored pencils, a Tombow twin tip brush pen in both black and gray ink, an Art Alternatives water brush, and a tube of Royal Talons extra fine gouache. There is also the info card, a fun 10th birthday sticker, and there was also a mystery flavored airhead, which I definitely already ate when I peeked at this box like 3 days ago. Given the birthday theme, I wanted to do something centering around that, and I mean, when you think of birthdays, you think of cake. I loved watching the really old cartoons as a kid, and there's this particular Little Audrey episode I remember that I'd watch over and over and over again that takes place in this sort of weird, surreal Candyland type of place, and there's a cupcake princess, and that vibe was definitely my inspiration for this month's Artsnacks challenge. I'm starting with the colored pencils. One of the selling points of these is that they're really smooth and soft to work with for easy blending, but they have a hard core so that they don't break as easily as other softer colored pencils. I love the really soft core, kind of waxy, oily Prismacolor pencils, but man, do they break easily. So this is a really cool point for me. I don't think they're meant to be blendable with water, but we have this water brush right here, so let's just try it out and see what happens. And yeah, when you squeeze it, that water comes out really fast, so definitely want to squeeze it onto like a palette or something first to get the brush tip wet. Oops. So yeah, interesting little test. They definitely don't blend like watercolor pencils, but they do blend a little bit with the water, and I notice when I draw with them over the wet surface, they're even smoother and easier to blend and fill in really solid. So kind of cool, had to try it out. I like the idea of the water brush, but I honestly don't use water brushes that often. I know they're nice because they're supposed to be really portable and they're refillable, but I think I would still probably err on the side of just bringing some water in a water bottle and a cup if I'm gonna paint outdoors or whatnot. I feel like the brush part itself is just kind of okay. I'd rather use some of the other brushes that I have. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like the Hulk with this thing, but I don't feel like the liquid really flows out of it very evenly or slowly as you saw earlier, and I feel like the tip dries up really quick, so I keep having to squeeze it, and then water will squirt out everywhere, and then I'll brush it for a little bit and it'll dry out really fast. I don't know, maybe the whole water brush thing just isn't for me. Now, I was curious about this gouache simply because I'm not too much a fan of gouache usually. I love painting with acrylics and I love painting with watercolor, and gouache is kind of right in the middle, I feel like. And so I always kind of have the opinion of just be one or the other. I would just much rather use either acrylics or watercolor instead of something that's kind of in between. But I really enjoyed using this particular brand, I have to say. It flows really nicely and is very even as it dries, which is great and something I haven't gotten from a lot of other gouaches. And it's kind of cool how it has just a super soft, velvety matte finish once it does dry, and it dries super quickly so that you can keep adding and working with it pretty easily. Now to add some detail and outlines with the pen. I had a guess ahead of time that this was going to be my favorite supply in this box, and I was right. I love the super fine tip that you can still get slightly different line weights with by how you tilt it and press down. It's also so convenient that there's both black and gray ink in the same pen. I've honestly never seen anything like that. That is very cool, and this is a material that I will be using all the time. Tombow is definitely one of my absolute favorite brands as far as supplies for illustration, so I just knew I was going to adore this. Overall, another great box. I never really have any complaints with Artsnacks. This maybe wasn't my all-time favorite box I've had in the last couple months, but honestly, that really cool brush pen it just definitely makes it still worth it. My cupcake lady with her glamorous gumdrop purse is ready to go out on the town, and she will be available in my eBay shop if you have fallen in love with her. So go ahead and check that out. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see other unboxings, art demos, and other fun stuff, then be sure to subscribe.